Good morning everyone, or evening, whenever it is that you watch this. I have to admit the days are kind of blurring together somewhat, and I'm pretty sure I've been indoors for about 7 years at this point. Safe to say, we all need to blow off some steam, and what better way to do that than to, well, kill some demons. And really the only thing better than simply killing them is chopping them into tiny little bits. Now, before you call any kind of psychiatric help, let's take a look at the Crucible from Doom Eternal. Crucible is a generic term given to powerful energy weapons usually possessed by the Knight Sentinels. They can vary in appearance, but usually consist of a hilt or handle of some definition that is charged with what is thought to be argent energy, and can project an energy blade covered with strange symbols that is capable of easily cleaving through just about anything. While crucibles can come in many shapes and forms, the most well-known variant is the sword, especially the one held by the Doomslayer, although this itself does actually come in at least two varieties. One appears as a much more standard broadsword hilt with a long, wrapped handle, articulated claws that open when the blade is activated, and a section emblazoned with the seal of the Doomslayer. The second variant has been termed the Demonic Crucible, which appears to be constructed of bone and is adorned with a skull. Despite the differences, both will project a long blood-red blade covered in symbols that widen to appear like an axe head at its tip. Other types of crucible include the Marauder's Axe, a long ornate handle that can project a blade styled after a battle axe, the Sentinel's Lance, a very long pole projecting a short blade at its tip, and the rather unusual warhammer wielded by the Betrayer. An interesting fact about the Sentinel's Lance is that the blade generally appears blue, indicating the use of Maker-derived energy, but it can also appear the typical argent red. It is currently unknown exactly what this means, but it must be noted that the lance blades turn red only when the Sentinels become hostile to the Doomslayer. While clearly very powerful weapons, it would seem that the true strength of the Crucible blades is even more than most consider, and really cannot be understated. Crucibles are known to contain vast amounts of argent energy, likely a fact that makes ripping through anything they touch so simple, and can even be utilised as power sources when no others are available. The fact that the Doomslayer is able to use the Demonic Crucible to power the entire Fortress of Doom demonstrates just how much energy run through these items. That's not to say a Crucible cannot be depleted, however, as usually a blade can only be used to attack about 3 times before having to be recharged. In addition, on at least 2 occasions, the energy blade has been completely broken away from the hilt, rendering it inactive. While the blade can be, in a sense, reforged by exposing it to extreme amounts of argent energy, the fact that the crucible handle is basically useless once the blade is removed implies that all of the energy contained within it is directed entirely into the blade. While this may seem like overkill, it transpired during the Sentinel's war with Hell that only a crucible blade could stop a titan, and that once impaled, the blade must remain in the creature, lest it reawaken. As demonstrated by the Doomslayer, removing the handle of a crucible makes it virtually impossible to extract the blade, effectively killing a titan permanently. While comparisons to lightsabers are abound, the design and variety of crucibles certainly make them very interesting items. Not only this, but the fact that they have been principal items in key historical events makes them of great importance. However, despite their vast power, the limited usability of standard crucibles means they do not reach the top tier of ratings. Even so, the crucibles have been given an artifact rating of momentous. Be fair, these things are kind of cool, right? But the real question is, would you want a crucible or a good old lightsaber? Nerdy arguments in the comments, please. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I noticed that under 20% of you are actually subscribed. Please be aware that subscribing is the best way to get new course content, and without it you'll probably end up failing your finals. So get on that. Also, become a Patreon for as little as $1 a month to keep the course going, because God knows I'm not getting paid enough for doing this. Other than that, have a great week, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.